Okay, people. So, the Commando. It's the new film from Asif Akbar. Right? He conceived a story with Al Bravo and Koji Steven Sakai, and Sakai wrote the screenplay. It is produced by Akbar, Elias Aksum, Bravo, and Saki, along with Philip Tan. The music is from Mauricio Yazigi. Cinematography is Jorge Gomez. It's edited by RJ Cooper. Casting was from Lindsay Chag. Production design is Chad Quick. Um, Yeah, I think that's most of it. Costume design is Roxy Tranio. Set decoration is Janae Chase. And our cast, well, we have got Michael J. White. He plays James Baker. He's married to Jennifer, who is played by Mia Terry, and he has two daughters. There is Serafina, who is played by Desiree Geraldine, and Natalie, played by Noa Maes, or Noa Maes. Um, Yeah. Also in the piece, he's got his one of his good friends, Sebastian, who's played by Brendan Fear. And then there's our antagonist, Johnny. He's played by Mickey Rourke. Um, Johnny has his crew's brother Matthew is played by Matthew Van Wettering. Um, And then there is Sean, who's played by Sam Tan, and Rudy, who is. Is it Rudy? I feel it is Rudy. No, or it might be Trey. And well, there's Trey, who's played by John Enos the Third. Rudy, who's played by Cord Newman. Um, We've got Dominic, who's played by Gianni Capaldi. His brother Ray, who is played by none other than Donald Cowboy Cerrone. That was fun. Sheriff Alexander, played by Jeff Fahey. Yeah, who else do we have? I guess Dr. Burke. She's the DEA therapist, played by Nikki Horde. Um, who else is there? Guess there's Serafina's friends. So there's Tom, played by Rubble Taylor. Dana, who's played by Andrea Sherrill. Lisa, played by Aries McGeeas. Yeah, I think that's about it, people. And the gist of the film is this: a DEA agent, right? That's James, with PTSD, returns home after a botched mission and must now protect his family from a home invasion after a recently freed convict and his henchmen come after their stash of millions inside the agent's home. So, I mean, it's not really a botched mission. Like, the mission was a success. There was just some unforeseen consequences. There's something didn't go quite as planned, as it were, but by no mistake of anyone's. And yeah, so we open up the film with this mission, and I have to say it's very well, shown. Though our villains, our villains are holding the guns sideways, and I think we've moved past that. You know what I mean? Like, we understand that's not how you do it. That's not an effective way of striking people, you know? So yeah, I mean there is that, right? But it did look very well orchestrated and everything like that. So yeah, we this DA mission, um, and yeah, as I said, look, there was collateral damage, unforeseen. They didn't know a certain situation, and yeah, it goes badly. And James, he's the one that kind of does this thing, and it haunts him. Now, I can understand how this thing could affect you, but I would say, right, a DEA agent, they've seen some stuff, right? It's not his first rodeo, so he's seen some stuff. Now, if you're talking PTSD, right, I would imagine it's not just this one incident that would affect him. Now, the incident, I think it would affect him in the fact that he has two daughters. But other than that, you know what I mean? So I did think that part of it was a little bit. I get what they're doing. They're trying to establish this thing, but yeah, I just think it's not that well developed, because again, they kind of deal with it. You see him have like two therapy sessions, right? Two therapy sessions after some flashbacks and a situation in the house, which, you know what I mean? You just kind of think, because the therapist is like, oh, this isn't a quick fix. It will take time. But the way we're kind of shown it, they're trying to quick fix it, you know? And I think that does seem to be an issue with the film. There is stuff that is rushed, it seems. There's this idea of a story which isn't terrible, right? But it doesn't fully take shape, you know? And that's a thing. Like, because we see oh god, Johnny? Yeah, Johnny, right? We see Mickey Rourke's character, Johnny, we see him in jail. It's his last day in jail, and it's a big setup to show he's no one to fuck with. So we see all of that, right? That's established. Comes out of jail, he's really pleased to see his brother and his friend and all of this. And it's a bit weird because it's just like, hey, I've heard you've gone straight, right? But then but we got to do this thing. And that's when it all goes a little south. It goes a little, like, because stuff goes down that you just think, it didn't have to go like that. You know what I mean? Right? The rush to get this money, it seemed a bit odd, because it had been sitting in this place for I think 15 years, right? It's been there for 15 years. So you're kind of feeling, hey, if it's gone by now, right? So why would you just, you know what I mean, go crazy for it straight out the gate, right? Straight out the gate when you'd think, yeah, people are keeping an eye, right? All of that jazz. So that seemed a bit, yeah, it was a bit hard to digest. You know what I mean? You're a bit like, I don't know if I'm buying this, right? And yeah, he's just, oh my gosh, one of the dudes going to the house. It you're just like, what? You know what I mean? The way they played it was just insane. But you're just like, no one would be fucking with this dude, man. It's too unhinged. It's just like, let me feed, man. Let me feed. And you're just like, oh shit. Oh no. Like a lot of the relationships, like just James and the family, it it didn't necessarily feel complete, right? They tried to show, the wife and the kids pleases him and just all of this, and but it just it didn't feel like there's this real bond there. You didn't really, I don't know, buy it as a family. You know what I mean? The fight scenes weren't bad. They weren't bad. Some of them were better than others. It was fun to see Donald Cerrone do his thing in the film, but that whole element did seem a little forced. Again, you were just like, why would Johnny do this shit? You know what I mean? Like he's meant to be staying off the radar, and just all of this shit that's going down. It's just like, this ain't off the radar. This ain't subtle, man. It really ain't subtle. It was a kind of crazy. So yeah, there's all of this, and yeah, again, that the house home invasion, it felt very rushed, unnecessary. A lot of the things that went down, you know, it's an odd one. It is an odd film. Like there is a good idea trying to get out, I felt. But I will say this, right? If you're a fan of stuff like, hard kill, out to death, out of death, even, right? A couple of recent Bruce Willis films, if you enjoyed those, I kind of feel you're like this, you know? If you liked stuff like Assassins Anonymous, right? I think you will like the Commando. So, hey, it's not going to be for everyone, but yeah, if you enjoy those straight to DVD, action films, the ones, the Steven Seagal films, the Jean Claude Van Damme ones, those sort of ones. If you enjoy those people, then I think the Commando will be just a ticket for you.